All right, guys, welcome to the show. Like I mentioned before, I want to thank you for guys for tuning in. I know we got a new setting, a new studio, so this
Yes,
is all new
sir.
for us.
I'm loving it.
But one, as I mentioned before, you're gonna get real topics, real conversations. It's all real, and we're gonna really talk about the things that other people don't talk about. And I want to thank you guys that are coming out and joining us with us right now. We're in Boa Studios right now, and I'm gonna introduce the team because it's one thing for sure.
Two
Two
things for certain.
You already know, baby.
Let's
You got
go.
your man Church.
Yes.
Bojack.
It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic himself.
Yo, it's your boy Ben 10.
All right. Man, it's a long time coming.
No, I have.
Before we start, I'm gonna give kudos to Logic. I'm not going in depth, because one
Golf clap. Give him a little golf clap real quick.
Because it's one I love. For those of you that have been following us for a while, like this is this guy's dream. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy. So
Respect. And I thank you guys too, man.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely, bro. I mean, I'm young blood. I just got put on. Maybe like 2 episodes ago, I started showing my face.
Hey, man, better late than never, man.
I
Better
really
late than
am
never.
appreciative. I'm appreciative of you guys too. But at home, watching and what have you, absorbing my sultry voice. But I'm really glad to be here.
Extra
honestly.
rasp.
Yeah.
This man really has the Barry Manilow.
Funny enough, in elementary school, I used to do the morning announcements.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's where like I had to learn how to do like the radio caster voice, right? So you have to keep the attention of the people and also like read the teleprompter really fast and stuff like that.
Let's go, hot shot.
We call that the political side. You know what I'm saying?
We were the
political view.
Eagles.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. And most importantly, I appreciate you guys being here, man. This is honestly a long time coming. You don't always get things done right the first time, second time, or the third time. But as long as you keep
Or the
persistent
10th.
on it, you feel me?
Yeah.
We got to get it again. Got to thank you guys for being here in Boa Studios as well. Thank you guys, the viewers.
Big
You know what I'm
ups.
saying? We do this for you. You know what I mean? We about to get into it, man. We don't walk on eggshells for nobody.
Not
So
for
let's get right to it.
nobody.
All right, guys. First topic. Are you bringing food for other men's children? So we had the story come out. Y'all know it.
Yeah.
The
It
girl
was
with the McDonald's, the baby daddy number 4 brought the McDonald's.
so painful to watch.
And I don't know if it was a joke or not, but she punted that stuff
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
street.
yeah.
Yeah.
They said
So-
that it was a skit, but I don't know, man. There's too much
No,
emotion
it
in
wasn't
there.
a skit
that was too
because
raw.
I think somebody here sent something after that
No,
where
but
she
she
was
didn't.
going off like
No,
he should know, blah blah blah. He's the 4th
Well,
BD.
yeah, like
let's touch base on
Yeah.
it, right? So Shorty has multiple baby daddies,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And apparently when she was with this individual, he already knew about the other children while they were together.
Yeah.
He was bringing food for the kids.
So you accept him.
So he's been bringing food
So he-
before then.
Yeah.
bringing food before them, but terms and conditions change, man. It's like
Yeah.
Shorty who said, "Oh, if you bring me to a higher spot of living, you're responsible for that." It's like, no, when you're in a relationship with somebody, that's part of the perks. You get what I'm saying? If you're not in a relationship with somebody, why are you going to cater to that person?
Yeah.
Now as far as is it fucked up? Yeah, but in reality, he's not wrong for it. He's doing his job by being there for his child.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me. And again, I
Yeah.
agree with you to a certain extent because
All
here's
right.
the thing: if the guy, and I'll say this from my personal experience, right? So, I grew up, with a single father, so, luckily, my siblings were never like that, but I had an aunt where we went to go stay and like we had to bring our own food. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if the food that was in their house was for them, But one thing my father always instilled in me is that if you were already providing, then what's stopping you from that? It has nothing to do with the baby mama. It has to do with the kid. So if I'm not gonna just have my kid eat McDonald's and then just have you guys watching. If I've done it before, if I never did it before,
Yeah.
Yeah,
then I
but
understand.
That's like
Even if-
psychological, yeah.
yeah, but even if you've done it before, what was the difference in it? They were together, they were a couple. You know what I'm saying?
But you don't
So-
take that out on the kids.
It's
Yeah,
not
and
taking
like,
it out on the kids.
My thing with that is like I would say that honestly both parties are at fault.
Facts.
Agreed.
Mainly for the guy, like if this chick already has baggage, the baggage of 3 children, mind you, why are you shooting up the club? You feel me? Like,
well, to piggyback off Ben, listen, when you get with somebody, you accept everything they bring.
Facts.
True.
He signed up for it, but to Logic's point,
yeah,
benefits stop when we're not together.
truly.
So both parties, she should have said, "Hey, look, can you go back and get something and offer some sort of payment?" She didn't do that. She disrespected him.
No, yeah,
She disrespected
and made
her own
bread off
child.
of it by posting it.
yeah. It's like the classic thing of just like, oh wow, look, watch me clown this nigga real quick, you know? And like, yeah, she did
Straight
clown
up,
him,
but it
she did clown, but it backfired on her because there are, you know, sensible people. Like I saw like there are like 3 parts or whatever on TikTok. I saw the videos, you know, I went through the comment sections to see like the continuation, and you know, there are sensible people in the comments and like, now why you do that for?
Well,
Like what does she expect is gonna happen the next time, right? He comes with food. He most definitely isn't gonna bring food for the kids now
At all.
well,
Like-
not even that, man. It's basically she not only disrespected him, she disrespected her own child, man.
Yeah.
You'd rather your child go hungry because of your feelings towards the man. I mean, if you wanted to do it correctly, man, I understand it's not your child anymore or your children. You don't have to provide for them. So you should allow the child to go out with the father and then, you know, let him eat with the father. It is what it is. However, I find it very distasteful the fact that you have that attitude towards him, but what about the other baby fathers? What
Yeah.
about the other fathers?
No,
How
but-
come they're not doing the same thing he's doing?
I feel like, unfortunately, even though there wasn't much context, you can just assume that's how she is with the other baby fathers.
I doubt that. And the only reason I doubt that is because if that was the case, she would have used a reference to it. You get what I'm saying? At the same time, this is what we call lack of accountability. No one basically told you to have these children. You get what I'm saying? And again, when he was with you, he was trying to build with you. That comes with the package deal. Now that they're not together, I'm going to take care of what's responsible with me. Then that's my child. Is it messed up? Yes. Is it unheard of? No. Because
It's
that's
not messed up. It is what it is.
No, I mean, but like,
it's
Her
messed
mother,
up.
it's her. He didn't have a part in making those 3 other
true,
kids.
but on the
Facts.
moral standpoint, you know, like,
Forget, hold
like
on. I'm gonna be real.
Mhm.
Why do we bring morals into certain things, but then we leave them out from the beginning?
Well,
no, here's the thing. I would
You
like to
understand
bring
what I'm
moral.
saying? If you're gonna bring morality, it better be morality from top to bottom.
facts.
Yeah,
It can't be morality when it's for the kids.
true.
It can't be morality when it's the one baby daddy bringing it for his kid.
Yeah,
It should be from the beginning. Why are we out here with 4 kids with 4 daddies?
Well, you're talking about
Yeah.
you're talking about an individual.
It goes back to the abstinence after pregnancy, right?
no, I mean, like, hey, let's not get into having kids out of wedlock. That's like a different.
Yeah,
you know, you
but
feel
it's
me?
not even that. You gotta look at the elements all around. This is a woman who's honestly getting assistance from the government.
Yeah.
So we're gonna basically assume that life is very hard for her and those individuals.
Of course.
And now you have a man who's honestly taking responsibility for one child. She wants it for the other child because maybe somewhere in her head she feels like she's not being able to perform for those children, and she sees that one is, and she wants to make him responsible.
That's
for
on
it.
him.
Now, mind you, is it incorrect in the sense of the eyes of children? Yes, because children are innocent.
Yeah.
But
I
in
don't
reality,
understand.
is those same
Facts.
children are going to grow up, and
Mhm.
she's going to have to answer those questions of, "Wow, mom, why did you pick these individuals to have children with?
Yeah.
Why
That's
is
on
it
her.
that-
But I don't
that's
think
on her?"
I don't think it's that far though. I don't think we need to take it that far. Because listen, look, I'm not saying hey buy the kids clothes. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you know ball out every Christmas. What I'm saying is if you're bringing McDonald's, bring it for
No,
the kids
hold on,
too.
hold on. My nigga, have you
I'm just
gone
saying.
out? Have you seen, bro? You have to
I
break
don't
a
agree
20.
with that.
You
I
have
don't
to
agree
break
with
a
that at all
20s.
because
What?
So
Yeah,
my-
guess what
my
happens?
thing with
when
that
you
is-
open a door,
Yeah.
especially with a shorty,
Yeah.
you give her an inch.
She'll
Take
take
a
an
mile.
That
All
is
right.
up to you. No,
But
but
hey,
it's
look-
up to you. It's up to you to say no.
But let me,
draw that line.
but kid, let me ask you this, Church. Are you honestly saying that because of the children, or you're just saying that because of the whole situation? Because the way
Absolutely,
I
because-
look at it is you got to understand, number one, cost of living is not cheap, right?
Yeah.
Feeding a mouth is not cheap. Why would I, as an individual who has a son with this lady, provide for those other children who are not mine?
But-
God knows what she has said when they were in a relationship regarding that. There's a let me tell you something.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
mean-
reason people act a certain way
Right.
and why they do certain things. We don't know the backstory on that. For all you know, she probably kicked him to the curb. It is what it is.
Yeah.
She didn't she didn't respect him. She didn't value him. So now he has to be cold-hearted the way he is. I mean, the viewers, y'all tell us in the comment section, how would you guys go? What would you do To me, honestly, if I was in that situation, I'm taking responsibility for what I created.
Yeah.
I'm not taking responsibility for other children.
Let's
who are
get
not
some
mine.
last thoughts in. Some
But
last thoughts.
100%.
My
Yeah.
thing is this. Only thing is this is that look, I'm not asking you to do everything Christmas, Easter, and
Yeah.
everything else in the year. All I'm saying is that when you bring in food, them kids have no choice in what's going on.
Yeah, and it's
I mean,
unfortunate.
I know how mad I would be. You could be the example for those kids. You know,
True.
because what if their daddies ain't doing that? And it's not your fault. You shouldn't have to do it. And you know already. If I'm coming up bringing McDonald's, it's McDonald's. Everybody eats. We done.
So,
That's
like,
it.
My final thoughts on that, to piggyback off what Jason was saying, if you were to like look at the gentleman in the video, you could see that and the way that he explained it for himself. I mean, if you looked at his car, man, right? Like, I'm not trying to like make assumptions, but like he's bringing McDonald's and things of that nature.
He's
like,
doing what he
like
can.
he's doing what he can, right?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to make that clear to the baby's mother.
Cut the burger in half, bro.
Put it in the quarters,
Nah.
man. No, but
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like the situation could have been handled better. It just got escalated, and I feel like the baby mother was she was just kind of tired of the bullshit, right? So she dealt with it the best way that she knew how, and unfortunately, that's like telling on him through the internet. That could have been a private matter that didn't need to become public.
I agree.
And both parties could have done what they should have to de-escalate the situation. Unfortunately, it became what it did, and now we're here on the internet talking about it. So
100%.
I'd say shame on you, but thanks as well.
I mean, on my final thoughts on it, man, it comes down to this, bro. You're responsible for what you do. You're responsible for what you don't do. And the sense of children, is it messed up? Yeah, but as him being a father, he's doing what he is supposed to be doing, and that's taking care
For
of
his child. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay?
I
So-
share the sentiment. All right, guys. Next topic. Bill Cosby.
Oh my God.
Orders to
Let me-
pay
let me-
$500.
Either we
Hey,
fucking or I'm fucking.
hey,
Listen.
on the settlement.
Let me speak on
No,
that.
no,
real quick,
but
man.
let me just lay the tape.
All right, yeah,
lay it down
present
for
it.
guys. So he was ordered to pay $500K
Yep.
for something that happened back in I think 1974, something like
Yeah.
that.
That he wasn't in control
a
of.
16-year-old was at the
Mhm.
Playboy Mansion.
16-year-old.
Hey,
1-6.
yeah, I'm sorry, but the laws were loose back then. All right.
No, but
No,
why
no,
is
no.
he paying for it now?
Why is he paying for the mistake of other people? Where was security? Where was the
Where was her
validation?
parents?
Where
That's what
were
we're
her
parents.
parents?
Again,
The same thing happened
things
to
were
Akon.
looser. Things were looser in the
Oh,
70s, boys.
Okay, but
It's not about that,
it's
though.
loose.
I'm not like what's the word? I'm not a condoning it. It's
So what
terrible.
you're telling me is that, Mary and Joe said, hey, you go ahead, you go into the Playboy Mansion this evening, have fun.
So it's not. I don't
know,
feel
like-
like the 16-year-old told her parents she's gonna go to the Playboy
Obviously
Mansion,
not. But
right?
to piggyback on what you're saying, it has nothing to do with what time era it happened, because that's happening now. The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
situation with Akon, the 15-year-old who was in the club,
Mhm.
got allowed to go through access.
But whose fault
Whose
is that?
fault is that?
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's no accountability. Here's a girl who was not supposed to be where she was, even in an older age. That's not a place for self-respecting women to be, period. We hear all the stories of what happened in those Playboy
Horror
mansions.
stories.
You get
Horror
what I'm saying?
stories.
Horror stories.
Yeah.
So if you're going to basically make this man pay up, to me, that's wrong. How about you make the ones responsible, the ones who hosted the event, the ones who was basically taking care of that, the
They're
ones
not
who were
gonna get
screening
Hugh
through
Hefner.
security.
but
They're
Yeah,
not
he-
gonna get Hugh
I mean,
Hefner.
they can't unless they're doing seances. They can't get
But
the man.
I
At the
wanna
same
say,
time,
but then
the
he's
brand still
Teflon.
exists.
He's
But-
Teflon.
But we
Yeah.
also know that there's a bigger. I'm just gonna say this. I mean, I'll keep it light. For all your viewers out there, listen to me close. There's obviously a bigger picture when you see certain things like this. Yes,
Yeah.
there are people that do violate,
Mhm.
but I mean, this is a complete violation of statute of limitation. We're talking about 1974, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but on the side of that, we know this man was trying to buy NBC, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's going into conspiracy right there.
I'm just saying the same thing. Okay, look,
It is convenient though.
right? It is convenient because
Mm-hmm.
same thing goes with R. Kelly trying to purchase the Beatles.
So this occurred at the Playboy Mansion in 1975.
all
75.
I'm saying is that there's a slight coincidence. There's a slight coincidence out there where people are purchasing or making like life-changing events, and they get bombarded with
Black
these,
people.
like, outlandish.
Well, but
know.
to stay on point with that whole
know.
topic, right? Let's just see it like this, bro. There's not, for all the women who watch this podcast, you guys either done it yourself or you guys have friends who gone with older cats that you shouldn't be hanging with. We see it all the time from middle school to high school. The high school chicks were dating the college kids. The middle school chicks were dating the high school kids. It's something that's in our society that no one wants to basically talk about, but we do condone it as messed up as it is. Now, as far as him paying, what about the other individuals? And when you talk about R. Kelly, he wasn't the only one involved. There's plenty of people who knew about it.
No, yeah,
you get what I'm saying? 100%. I just find it kind of a kick to the balls because it's like, damn, bro, where's the accountability? Why aren't the parents taking any shame on that? How were you raising your daughter? What the hell was she doing there? I don't care if it was 1975 or 2016. It is what it is. Where's the accountability? Right. And that's why we're so messed up, because we're willing to point the finger at those who are not responsible.
The ones at the highest of the totem pole.
But the ones who are responsible basically get a clean slate off.
But that's what makes the story so good. And again, I'm just saying this again. Like, let's take, for example, again, R. Kelly.
High profile. Yeah.
Did he do some of the stuff? Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Hey, man, I'm pretty sure all those people in Hollywood are,
but the thing is, like, I look at it like this, right? For even his circumstance, like, who got the girls there? And if those girls were there in a basement for, umpteen days and months and whatnot, you don't think the parents? There's no missing persons
search parties or anything.
There's no nothing.
Well,
I feel like
certain cases there
hush money.
Yeah, there's hush money, but it's not only him. My problem is, why is it when it's a person of color we ridicule him? What about Woody Allen? The same daughter that he adopted is now his wife. When did that happen?
Wait, what?
How come Woody Allen adopted his daughter, and now that is his main lady?
The Asian girl, right?
The Asian chick. What? But you see, here's the thing. We have a way of society. We basically want to be harsh on those of color, but when the peers who are white do it, it's basically hidden away. You get what I'm saying? And it's not just R. Kelly's not Bill Cosby. Look at the whole Jeffrey Epstein case.
Of course.
How many political figures are involved in that?
Of course.
Are they getting the same scrutinized? But the thing is, it's been happening. I just find it problematic when if you touch a stove when it's hot, what do your parents say? Did you learn your lesson?
You're gonna get burned.
You're gonna get burned. Did you learn this time? Now, are there some special cases where people just don't learn? Yeah. But at the same time, you've been warned. We know how foul the world is out there. And half these parents put them children in that situation because of hope of getting their children famous. Let's not play stupid. That's the same shit that happened with R. Kelly. Oh, you're going to turn my daughter into a singer. I question your morals as a parent. You get what I'm saying? I just saw the documentary with King Richard. One of the main focuses in that movie was he wanted his children to still have a childhood. One of the major influences in the world, Michael Jackson, was stripped from his childhood.
That was a good. That's why when he got older, he turned out to be a mess.
Yeah, he's a mess. Why? Because guess what? Everyone said, "Oh, Michael's wrong, and he was wrong for that." Yes, he was. But what about Mr. Joe? Joe did that to him, and he gets a clean slate. We're basically holding the wrong people accountable. It's like, if a child does something wrong, right? Do we go at the child hard? No, we go at the ones responsible for them, the parents.
So let me ask you this, right? And I'm glad you tapped on that, because are you saying that for people's lack of knowledge that they shouldn't be accountable?
It's not lack of knowledge.
No, wait. Well, let me answer that. Your knowledge. So me knowing the consequences and not knowing the consequences, there are still consequences for my actions. So just because I don't know, because I didn't have the foresight, doesn't mean I'm
right. But when we talk about Michael Jackson, right? For example, with Michael Jackson's situation, his lack of a childhood lacked certain maturity in certain situations, right?
Yeah,
you're right. But who's responsible for that? His parents.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with an underage chick. My chick, when she was growing up, guess what her dad said? You're not wearing that outside. You ain't going where you think you're going. You know why? Because he held his daughter accountable
to a certain standard.
What's that person's background that you're talking about? What's their ethnic background?
Colombian white. But it's not even, it's just based on how you were raised and what your parents did. Because now, sorry to cut you off, Ben, you have to look at it this way, right? If you have a child, right, and they want to do something, you know the dangers out there. But you have a generation, especially now in 2022, you don't have parents being parents. You have parents trying to be their friends. And the truth of the matter is, as a parent, I don't have kids, but I know my mom never treated me like a friend. My mom was superior to me. I had to respect her. She didn't care if I liked her or disliked her. She didn't care if I wanted to be her friend. She did her job to make sure, you feel me? Now, You have parents like, oh, my son or my daughter is the same as me. No, they're not. You're superior.
Yeah.
That's the position in life you've been given. Now you have to basically move on that, because the moment you try to be your child's friend,
100%.
guess what?
Respect
You're making
yourself.
you're making yourself expendable.
Yeah,
children
100%.
are not mature
They
yet.
don't have
see
the
with their
respect
eyes,
factor.
but they're not thinking with their head. So when you have a parent who's honestly condoning that type of behavior, we see it all the time. We see it now. Look at the music videos. When you do your music videos, you know how many of those girls' parents be like, yo, lift up your shirt, show your belly a little bit more? You have parents who are exploiting their children.
What Jay's saying is you can't live vicariously through your children.
Facts.
Yeah, and
your
that's
goals and what
unfortunately,
you wanted to do with your life is your life.
cut short. Now you have to
have to put your kids in a winning situation later down the line. You don't know the long-term effects.
Exactly.
Like Mike had all the money in the world.
Right.
But he was a mess.
Mike Tyson, what did he say? I don't want my children to do boxing.
So
yeah, like
you know why?
Fair.
Because he understood the terms and condition of that. He understood that, I want my child to have a healthy life. This is not for him. But you have parents who are obsessed, especially with social media.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the with all these girls basically showing their body? Who are the ones behind the controller? The parents are managing those accounts. Like, that's crazy.
I go on social media and I see these women, beautiful women, by the way, beautiful women. And you would think for whatever reason the idea has been inflated that you show a little skin on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be famous. I go on, of course, I'm going through it, right? I'm a young guy, I'm a young stud. I see a beautiful chick, I go on her page, and you would think like, oh, like he's probably sitting with like a couple 100K, this and the third. Maybe like 2.1 thousand followers, maybe like 100 likes on each photo, even if she's like showing her body, like going like to the very like limits of like community guidelines for like Instagram and things like that. And it's like, it's painful, man. Like, come on, like we're selling our souls. Yeah, like, you're throwing yourself out. And like, look at the child stars, right? Rest in peace, Cameron Boyce, right? The one that overdosed recently. He was a star on the show on Disney Channel, Jesse.
Yeah.
These kids, small children, child stars, they always grow up and they just become a bit weird. Dude, look at Jaden Smith. Like the whole thing, how he became popular recently, saying like, oh, when I hang out with kids my age and I want to talk about the political and economic, like, right? Like, come on, dude.
Cap.
Yeah.
Like maybe he is talking about that kind of stuff with like-minded individuals.
He's lying.
I think a lot of it is the grab attention. But what you guys? I just want to keep it to Any final thoughts on this? Topic?
Well, just to speak on it, to show proof what we're talking about for the viewers out there, y'all know Honey Boo Boo. Honey Boo Boo, let's talk about that reality show. Look at what those parents were doing to their children. Children crying, tears out the eyes because they didn't want to do it. But the parents were so obsessed that they stripped them of that innocence. That's what needs to be talked about. That what needs to be punished. That cannot be condoned by any means, period.
Honestly,
all right, Ben 10, final thoughts.
My final thoughts on it are that ultimately your kids are going to get older and they're going to be let off into the world. And so what needs to be done is that parents need to instill the right kind of values into their children so that they can make the proper decisions when the parents aren't around. Honestly, and I'm not even talking like being conservative or anything of that nature. I just mean just like the number one thing that I was told growing up is just having common sense, right? And like the children, sometimes that's like a foreign idea, but as you get older, it starts to become, like more common, right? But I feel like if you instill that more in a child, even if it does turn into like disciplining, not abuse, discipline, well-deserved, just like you do what you got to do to make sure. Exactly. The baton, yeah. But like ultimately, you have to be willing to trust your kids, but at the same time, you can't just let them like roam free like that. It's not conducive to like becoming like successful members of society if you don't have if you don't have the right kind of foundation to become a productive member of society.
Church. So my last thoughts on this is just man, control your kids, man. I honestly look, the crazy thing is that my father, when I was younger, my dad whooped my ass anytime I was like trying to like, be his friend. And I was like, man, but dad, Jimmy over there is friends with his dad. He's saying Jimmy.
If I may just add to that, and I want to put this information out there, man. a lot of times, and I know I'm not the only one going through this, maybe some of you guys go through this, one of the biggest problems we have growing up, our parents never apologized to us when they were wrong. They treated us nicer. An apology does more than it ever does by being nice. If
Sometimes you have to swallow that pride.
Yeah, with my nephews, if I mess up and I yell at them and I'm incorrect, I apologize to them because I owe that to them.
You got to give him that grown man.
Yeah.
Just with my younger sister, she thought like she was like acting some type of way. She was cursing, and I don't think it's okay for young children to curse in front of like people older than them, especially if they don't have that kind of relationship. Right. So she was trying to give me attitude, this, that, and the third. So like, you know, I put my foot down, right?
Give her that Jimmy.
Exactly. I gave. I'm not. I was like, I'm not one of your friends, right? I'm your older brother. So we have a different relationship altogether. Don't talk to me any kind of way. I'm not gonna put my hands on you because like one, she's not my kid, and like she's also a girl. I'm on that level.
My last thoughts before you switch topics. Listen, whether or not you know the consequences, they are. They're consequences.
There. Yeah,
they're good.
You can't feign ignorance. Yeah.
Yep.
But if you drink every day, what are the consequences?
Exactly.
Cirrhosis. If you work out every day,
you're gonna get them gains.
Consequences.
Yeah.
So next topic, guys.
Consequences does not mean good or bad. It just means what happens.
After the fact.
Yep.
So whether or not you're thinking long term, it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Facts.
And don't be mad at the consequences of whatever it is that you're doing. All right. Next topic, guys. Baby mama drama. We talked about it earlier, but Nick Cannon, I think he's on baby number 7 or 8.
Golly.
Damn,
so
work
around the table. What are your thoughts on famous people or people that can afford it? A lot of people, some people can't afford multiple kids.
Bro. It's not about.
But what are your thoughts, Logic? Go ahead.
Honestly, bro, let me tell you something, man. And I come from a broken home, unfortunately. However, I'm not mad about it. I'm at the age where I understand there's no blueprint how to be a good parent. You understand what I'm saying? But this man is basically making these children's lives harder, and they haven't even started. Because what happens when they grow up and they have questions about who they are, or when they're trying to find themselves? Already, just in my family, there's rivalry about who mom likes the most, who she favors. This stuff matter. This is basically conditioning. And now you here swinging your dick around like you's a playboy. It's not about the money. You can have all the money in the world. I know plenty people who have money and their children are a fucking mess.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
I think I think that also comes down to foundation too, because I come from a family of all my brothers and sisters, we got different moms. You know what I'm saying? But we don't even say step sister or step.
Yeah, because sisters are sister, brothers are brother.
But my father laid that foundation for us.
My question is, what about these women? Where's your self-respect?
They see,
you know what I'm saying? They see it a check. So your child is a check to you.
Nick Cannon is a multi-millionaire. It's a set life.
You're set. So 20 years from now, what's going to happen? 20 years from now, mark my words, those kids are going to grow up and they're going to have a lot of problems.
That's fine, but
God forbid, but that's the reality.
Yeah,
the mamas don't care.
But here's the thing.
But is Mariah carrying a check though?
It's not about Mariah.
It's going to run out though.
It's not about.
Hold on. Seven child with Mariah?
Wait, no.
All right, okay. So here's the thing.
Mariah has two or three with him. Yeah. Mariah got more money than him. Yeah.
No, it's all good. Like
we're talking about the rest.
His kids with Mariah are good.
We're talking about the rest that don't necessarily. They weren't gonna meet millions. Before Nick.
So I think that because it's the money's only gonna be there for so long, right? Once those kids are of age, then we're gonna see this. It's gonna happen real time. Once the kids come of age, then I feel like the allegations are gonna start piling up against Nick Cannon. Those mothers are gonna want to get their money because with having a baby by Nick Cannon, or even like any of these stars, like I think who was like me, baby. Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. But like that. Once the money runs out from the child support, then they're gonna want some kind of, because they're gonna come and say, hey, look, you put me on a certain lifestyle, you have to keep it up. And the way that the courts are set up, that they're gonna fall in favor of
course,
100%. I'm not even talking about that though, bro, because at
what
the
you're
end of the day,
talking about
it's not about
you're
the
talking
money.
About morality.
It's morality. It's not about the money.
But let me tell you something, man. Shorties aren't worried about morality. They're worried about the money.
Okay, but that's
which M do you think the girls are concerned about?
Yeah, but like, okay, but let's say that, because I feel like what this is my bad. I feel like what this is perpetuating is that
a cash out mentality.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what Logic is trying to get to is that this can only really happen for high profile people. The
or high net worth.
Or high net worth people, right? So I think what he wants to say, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the average person, the average woman, should not look at this as your opportunity to then like go out,
but
and try to like snag yourself like a high profile.
You see the way the market is right now.
Yeah.
Guys.
Let me say it like this, Doug. There's a picture, right? And it's an old dude with 2 bad bitches on each side of him. The father takes that picture, he shows it to his son. He's like, you know what, son, this is why you got to make money so you can have these type of girls.
Yeah.
Then he takes the same picture and he goes to his daughters like, this is why you got to make a life for yourself so you don't have to end up in this position.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now you have an individual. I don't know this nigga lick for shit. However, we all sit at this table. You viewers all know what happens when a father has multiple children and the carnage that comes along with it, especially when things go wrong. Things will go wrong. That's a guarantee.
There will be infighting.
The money don't mean shit. Money don't buy you happiness. What comes out the mouth of some of the richest people? They don't give a fuck about the money. They care about the sanity. At the end of the day, you have a man who is being reckless.
Yeah.
It's not like, and mind you, these are people of color. Imagine the trials and tribulations that you had to go through growing up. And me coming from a broken home, I didn't have both my parents. I was raised dominantly by my mother. You get what I'm saying?
I have to say one thing on this topic.
Hold on, let me just say this. The pain my mother went through, she didn't force that onto me, but I witnessed it. And because I witnessed it, it molded me to be the person I am today.
Let me chime in real quick. Today's society, we value anything for the dollar.
Yeah.
Over doing what we need to do to raise good people overall.
Yeah.
So this is why you see the OnlyFans is popping.
Oh, dude,
you see the baby mommies.
Yeah.
They go into who? Athletes, rappers.
Prostitution's called content creators now.
Yeah.
So quality over quantity, right?
Yeah.
More money, forget quality.
You guys
get put on, get money, and that's it. So no matter how you get it, just get it.
You guys familiar with Twitch?
Yeah.
You know the ASMR girls. Yeah, like
stupid ass.
You know, and I would the thing that is always painful for me is like logging on the Twitch and then being recommended like the just chatting girls. And it's like
shout out to JCF30. Money sure helps to be happy. Hey, you can buy.
No, you're not wrong, right? I think that the use
100%.
of money should be to put yourself in a comfortable situation, but once you start to live in excess, then you start to realize how much that you're actually missing. If you're continuously looking for a certain thing, let's say happiness or love, you begin to realize how much of that you're actually missing in your life.
Let me ask JC something. Can money buy you a good reputation? Anybody
Absolutely.
here? Can your reputation be bought out?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Look. I'm not saying
Explain
that.
it.
I'm
the
not
power
saying,
of a dollar.
Look, I'll say this.
I'm not saying get me out of a legal jam. I'm saying your reputation.
What I'm saying is, look, let's just take the idea of money, right?
Yeah.
People spend money with people that look like money.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People spend money with people that look like money, and people understand that, right? So with that understanding, you can build that. Now, over time, that's where being genuine comes into play. Over time, will that last? Because again, like, how many Bentleys can you have? How many houses can you have? But then there's something that everybody has to nurture the soul at some point.
Yeah.
I'll say it like this, man. If money could fix your problems, then you ain't got real problems.
I didn't say problems.
I know.
I said reputation.
I'm just saying that.
Think about it this way.
Yeah.
The mobsters back in the day made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But around town, who were they known to be?
Bad guys. Hey, don't mess with that. Oh, but
not all of them.
Sometimes they had the more humanitarian approach. Hey,
they donated money to church.
Al Capone.
They donated money. I get it.
He was like the hero of his neighborhood.
Okay, but today's society, we value dollars at whatever cost.
You're not wrong.
So just to piggyback off that, you're right. Yes, can money basically fix your image? We see it all the time, but that only holds for so long. Why do you think we're seeing the shit that we're seeing now?
What do you mean by your image, though?
Your image.
I'm not talking about your teeth. I'm not talking about BBL. I'm talking about your reputation.
Your reputation.
An example of that.
Because guess what? When you have money, we seen it through Miami. We're in Miami. Cocaine Cowboys era, right?
Ooh,
half the pushers here were around these political figures. Why? Because the money was able to get them in the door so they can have that image.
Yeah.
And when shit got too hot, those political figures still fuck with them till they was to a point they couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
So money literally puts a mask over your face. That's all it does.
Yeah.
Just like, listen,
But
you're either a crazy person on drugs or a crazy sober person.
Because look,
but I do want to say this
Yeah.
now. Reputation. Remember, reputation comes with consistency. And that's
Yeah.
why I say, hey, look, you can have the money at the beginning.
Yep.
It is going to bring you the attention that you're looking for. However, over time, keeping people interested that's where the soul comes in. You know, are you really that person?
Yeah.
The persona
is what you're really talking about. Does it really means that? You know, so that's,
Yeah.
you know.
So slight tangent, guys. So back to the Nick Cannon. I think he's going on Baby Mama number 7, number 8.
Honestly,
I think
final words about that.
on my final words, bro. I can only pray for those children, bro. Straight up.
But they'll be millionaires.
I know, right?
It's not about. Hey, listen. At the
Jackie
end of the
Chan's
day,
not giving his kids money.
let me ask you
Shaq's not
something.
giving his kids money.
Not
Bill
to,
Gates, he's
not
donating
to
it.
stagger,
He's donating
right?
all of it.
I can make millions off my accident. You think that's gonna fucking make me happy?
No.
Exactly.
But happiness is
Subjective.
Is subjective.
Yeah.
You know, so
Subjective. Exactly.
And there's the thing, you need to set the right kind of values in the youth and in society as general, so that money should not be happiness. It should only supplement it. Right?
It's a tool.
It should be a
used
tool.
as a tool
That's what
to
it
gain
is. And that's what the 1%. I mean, that's what the rich understand. The wealthy. That's what they understand. Money is a tool. Money does not make you happy, because
Facts.
when fucking, and it's not money. I remember this is a lyric by Jay-Z on I think the 444, the story of OJ or whatever.
Yeah.
He says there's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here, right? What that said to me is that, like,
money on the ear.
yeah, money on the air. This thing we don't call money over it. What that said to me is that, like, bro, what we think is real money isn't real money, right? Like, because money, I think to a degree, is like transient. Like what it counts as currency is always shifting over time. Like,
of course,
right? Like, it used to be like silver and gold. Then it became like oil, because you can only trade, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, you can only trade or purchase oil with the American dollar, right? That's what's keeping us like on top for now, right? So and now in the modern era, the most valuable thing,
NFTs,
not even crypto and NFT, but the most valuable thing right now is data.
It's
data. It's
Talk
data,
that.
dude.
Talk that.
The most valuable thing is data.
oil.
Exactly. More valuable than oil. Because why? Because with data, you can set market trends. With market trends, people are going to spend more money, and then you'll only build your wealth from there, right? And who knows what it's going to shift over to in the future. And like crypto, NFT, all that shit, right? Once because the wealthy already understand that. They already know how to move their money so they can keep exactly, right? And then they trickle it down to the rest of the populace, so then we can try to keep up, so we don't end up like eating them or whatever, right?
So, final thoughts.
Final thoughts, sure.
Final thoughts on the Nick Cannon thing.
Yes.
Nigga, if you got the fucking cash, whip it around. All right, that's all I gotta say. Right? If you can do it, then do it. Like,
my understanding is they ain't my kids, so you know they can do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, bro,
Honestly,
on the moral standpoint, like, logic is right? Those kids are gonna have a rough future, because I don't feel like, I mean, I don't keep it with Nick Cannon, but I don't think that he's showing himself as the kind of like strong father figure. Oh, I got my kids back and all that thing, right? Like,
just after 7 or 8, you can't.
Yeah,
be
like,
involved.
you can't really
You can't really be involved.
And if they're different mothers, like, oh, well, he's gonna have them all in a house. He got all his exes in the group.
To share
You
my
feel
final
me? You
thoughts
know?
on it, Doug. Honestly, when it comes to the whole Nick Cannon case, man, my final thoughts on it. This is an example of what happens when you let money speak for you.
True.
Straight up.
True.
And you gotta be careful, because money speaks all types of language, even the ones that you don't.
Yeah.
So leave it at that.
My 2 cents. The kids don't need money. They do need money, but
they need
a
guidance.
Good, strong figure, guidance, and protecting and nurturing is more important. They don't need money until they're 18.
Nope.
At that point, they're probably going to be making their own.
Yep. If they're given the right foundation.
If they're given the right foundation. All right, guys. Next topic. Brittany Griner.
Oh,
you guys know the WNBA star that's in Russia. She's gonna have to plead guilty. Go ahead.
So, you know, it's a sad situation, because, like, you know, the crazy thing is that it is, because
if
it was LeBron.
No, it is.
If it was LeBron, he would have been here in a week.
It is a serious situation. The reason why I say that is because, like, I've actually recently been tapping into the WNBA, and I just want you to think about it, Liz. Take any of your nephews, right? And they were playing sports, right?
Yeah.
And you guys do understand what she was in prison for, right?
Drug possession.
No,
A vape.
she had that.
A vape.
Yeah.
A vape.
She had a vape, bro.
I mean, hey, legal drug. It's still a
A vape.
drug. Drug is a drug.
Now,
Legal
I do understand that, you know, internationally laws are different.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's got to be something more to that, because we had the same situation with ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
And if not for the U.S. intervening, now I don't know if it's a money or a status thing.
Yeah.
But they could have kept ASAP Rocky for 2 to 10 years if they wanted to.
If they wanted to.
If they wanted to.
Yeah.
Over a fight that he didn't even cause.
Yo, my G.
You know
Let me
what I'm
ask you
saying?
something.
So let me ask y'all: if this was LeBron James,
That's
LeBron
all.
James,
Nah, that has nothing to do with it.
Is he still over there?
No, he's
No,
out.
he's not.
He's
but
out.
that has nothing to do with it. What it comes
He's worth
down,
too
yo,
much.
my
What,
G.
is, what does it have to do with?
Bro, if you go to a fucking airport, right, and you got your motherfucking firearm on you, am I supposed to feel bad for you?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Am
Like,
I supposed to feel bad for you?
bro,
Should
you
have made better.
no.
like,
The thing is,
choices.
Now, mind
you
you-
can't go globetrotting thinking that you could just
exactly.
like, you
Now,
know.
mind you, I'm not saying she deserves to go what she's going through. I don't. But this is where accountability comes in. You're in a fucking foreign land, yo.
Yeah,
Travel,
I don't.
travel
Yo,
without
listen, let me
any
tell you something. Let me
illegal
say-
drugs.
So look at the chick who went to Dubai. They told this woman it is illegal for women to consume alcohol. She did not listen.
Didn't listen.
So when she got off that airplane, guess what? She left in
Snatched up.
handcuffs.
Snatched up.
Now, mind you,
So-
just because what
They
you
don't
think
play.
is okay,
They don't
Yeah.
play over
what
there.
just because what you think is okay, it may not be okay to
In
what
their culture.
you're on their turf. You're going by their
All right.
rules. If you wanted to play stupid, you win dumb prizes.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. All right. You think somebody told her about that vape?
You think you really think she's that naive?
Here's
About
my
a
thing.
vape?
Was it?
I mean,
was
that's
it
an
a
easy
regular
mistake,
vape
ain't it?
or it
It's
was
not like
it was THC?
I don't know what it was. I
It
don't know what
doesn't. But what you're saying right there, even she knew about it. You know.
But we
You're
said
in the
I don't know.
league.
Ignorance
You're in
does
the
not,
league.
you know?
you're not allowed to have any type of illegal
Ignorance, but
substance in your
ignorance-
system.
As Ben
That's
10 said,
ignorance.
Yeah.
listen.
That's
but
straight
exactly.
ignorance.
Yeah, ignorance does not allow
is
that
not
shit.
a
Yeah,
pass.
you know, you
Ignorance
can't.
is not a pass.
Yeah,
It's not.
She should have known. Listen,
She
if
knew
you're,
better.
if you're traveling
internationally, yeah.
internationally, don't
Become
bring
familiar. Like,
anything.
just become familiar
Don't
with the
bring
laws and
anything that
customs.
could
Become
potentially
familiar
get
with
you
the laws
into
and
trouble.
customs.
When I was younger, right, I have brought some work with me through the airport. It was all good and gravy till I had to go back and they brought the fucking dogs out. Guess what? You think my homies were looking at me like, yo, we got you? Nah. They warned me what the fuck I was doing. I had to own up to it. You are responsible for the things in life that you do and the
Yeah.
things that you don't do.
Facts.
This
Yeah.
whole thing comes back to what I said. There is no fucking accountability within our generation.
Where's she
But
locked
she
up?
did take account.
Where is she locked up
pleaded-
specifically?
I don't know the exact city.
Let me ask you something.
But
If
she
you're
did
home-
take accountability. She pleaded guilty.
She pleaded.
No, she pled guilty because she has to plead guilty for them to
Yeah.
do some sort of
She
transfer.
has to participate.
'Cause
However,
I think Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
Ben. If you're in a situation, right? If we in the whip and you holding a pistol and you know you got street strikes on you,
Yeah.
is that my problem or yours?
No, it's-
You chose to leave out the door with that shit, right? Own it. That's what it comes down to. Everyone's like saying it's like the whole thing with Young Thug, free slime. What the fuck am I gonna say? Free a nigga who knew better. You chose to live that life.
Yeah, and like you honestly, you got the chance to
Listen,
get out of
so-
it, bro.
Come on,
so-
man.
Yeah,
I
where
get
is she?
that.
Where is
No,
she?
no, no.
Hold on,
She's
guys, guys,
facing-
guys.
She's facing. She's going on trial. She's facing 10 years. They quote unquote large scale transportation of drugs.
And if you think that's
Where,
wrong,
but where is she specifically? Like what country?
she's Russia.
She's in Russia.
She's in Russia?
And you got the
Bro,
political
but
thing
large
going on
scale,
right
Yeah.
now.
large
Yeah,
scale
exactly,
means
bro.
she
Yeah.
probably had pounds on her.
Hey, bro.
I don't know.
Okay,
They said they
yo,
only found the-
It don't matter. It's the fact that she put herself in
Bro.
that situation.
She had
Yeah,
cannabis. Look, she was carrying cannabis oil.
Listen,
okay, so she.
I'm gonna tell you like my boy that's 5-0 told me.
Wow.
You want to smoke your shit, smoke it at home, then leave.
yeah.
Just like if you
Right.
want to drink, you
Right,
could be
but-
stupid as fuck drinking in
Right.
the whip while driving.
No, like-
you put
but right.
yourself in that situation.
But let me say this though.
Not a
We
child.
know. Listen, let's call it what it is,
Yes.
right? And in any other circumstance, yes, maybe you should take an international relations class. I don't know, but I'll
Yeah.
say this: at the end of the day, if you don't have like the WNBA pays a pretty handsome
Mhm.
handsome salary.
Have you heard that they want like more money though?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Ben, get me.
Yeah.
That's not what this is about. This is not
Oh,
about.
this is definitely a political. It's a political move.
Look.
Of course.
You know what has been with Russia and us.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's politics.
So this girl's really being held against her will over.
She's She's a political pawn right now.
Hey, listen.
10 years.
Hey, listen.
But hey,
at the end,
listen.
Who decided to have it? She did.
At the end of the day, listen. When you're at that level, even for people at our level,
eyes are on you.
When you're at that level,
especially an American,
you better have a team that is telling you, we're going to Russia. This is what you can do.
Like,
and you're high profile.
I'm pretty sure they feel. I want to say,
you need to have a team. You think LeBron tweets? No.
They got people for that. He got people for that. Honestly,
hey, you're going to this show. Here's what you can say.
Yep.
Here's what you can say.
Honestly,
you don't think of LeBron?
He got a team for everything. You know what LeBron does? He plays basketball.
No, but
you don't think LeBron's sneaking them tweets?
LeBron's not sneaking it though. He got people for him.
Exactly.
He got people to take the fall for him.
He got people
for him.
If LeBron get pissed off,
here's what it comes down to, Doug. You have a chick who's being held because she was guilty of drug possession. There's no bullshit in that. That is a fact.
Yeah.
2, you know the rules and conditions. You're in a league that is very high profile.
Yep.
So you took that choice. I'm sorry that you're going through that, but just like anything, hey, listen, if I'm smoking my little vape, what am I risking? Cancer, right? So God forbid I catch cancer. I catch cancer, right? Smoking this shit. You think I'm gonna be like, oh, poor me?
But
no, I knew exactly what the fuck I was signing up for.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, bro. A lot of people want this little escape, like, oh, that's not right. Then she should have been doing right. Yeah, this is chess, not checkers. Don't you say that?
Like, honestly, in regards to logic.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What about one of the Ball
closer,
brothers?
Closer.
What about one of the Ball brothers?
What about him?
He can't even get in the NBA.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to play.
No, I'm not talking about. He was locked up in a country for theft.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. He out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a conversation at?
He can't even get in the NBA. No teams have picked him up because of it.
Of course they're not gonna pick him up.
His stock went way down.
He's home.
Yeah, so what?
No, he's home. Yeah, but he paid for it. When she gets back, she's gonna pay for it. She's gonna,
So that's why I don't understand.
It's a nightmare. It's a PR nightmare.
Shit, you win dumb prizes.
Like, honestly, in regards to what Logic is saying, like, bro, and it sucks for her that happened, but bro, have fun in the fucking gulag. All right,
facts,
bro. Like, what more? You know?
I guess.
Like, bro, honestly.
I'm not feeling bad for nobody who puts themselves in a situation. If you young and this is a grown ass woman.
Get closer.
A grown ass woman. Not no little kid, not no teenager. Her mind is fully developed.
She's 31, by the way.
She is grown. I'm sorry. Since when do we not hold adults accountable for the things they do and don't do?
Hey, the paradigm is shifting, man.
I'm staying firm by what I say. I got family that's locked up. I got homeboys locked up. They made dumb decisions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't do nothing for you. You chose your fate.
Yeah.
Own it.
Anybody last thoughts on this?
Honestly, it is terrible, but ultimately you have to be willing to fucking take that shit to the chin.
For that. I'm still like I said, I'm still on the fence about it just because she does have a high profile, yes.
Yep.
But I guess my sentiment about it is, the actual circumstance and the political.
No, yeah, no.
She's a pawn.
She's a pawn. She's a pawn.
We admit that.
Yeah.
We're all pawns.
Yeah.
That's it.
All of us are pawns at the end of the day.
She's on the bigger stage though,
Hey, you gotta pay to play.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. So the last topic, church. Oh, I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Yeah.
But your boy Larry Hoover officially renounced Gangsta Disciples in his latest bid for sentencing break. He's trying to get out.
All right.
What do you guys think on this?
I do not know who that is.
If I may,
Church, Larry Hoover. Okay. So Larry Hoover was
the vacuum?
No. This guy.
GDs.
Listen, he was the originator
of
of the Gangsta Disciples.
Okay.
Right. So here's my take on this, right? And the thing is that and I want to say this now because remember, Gangsta's Disciples back then is very, very different from now.
Yeah.
Remember, it started with very different roots. And I haven't been there, but I have family that is a part of that. So I understand where he's trying to get out because think about it. Yeah, there's an oath to it, but what good is he in there? What good is he in there to anybody?
He can't make moves.
You know what I'm saying? And again, we don't know all the circumstances because remember, it's like playing telephone right now. The ways that people are today are very different back then. So we don't know how that translates.
If I may.
Yeah.
All right. Not everybody comes from that culture. Some of us do.
Right.
It was the same thing with Stanley Tookie Washington, Raymond Lee Washington and Stanley Tookie Williams, right? Founders of California Revolution and Independent Pistol Slingers, Crips, right? Here's a man who renounced it. They still sat this man on death row. That man still lost his life. Do I feel bad? No, because for me, it goes deeper than that. And I'm speaking for a lot of homies right now who are still in those streets. Guess what? You might be renounced it, but you still took my cousin. You still killed my sister.
Yeah.
You still basically put a hole in my family. I ain't got no love for you, man. At the end of the day, this whole free Larry Hoover, and I don't mean this disrespectful to none of the GDs, but this is where it comes back again. Accountability.
Yep.
Own it, my G. Own it. A lot of us have this fictional thing of, yo, you want to be a big time gangster. Well, here's new knowledge to you. The big time gangsters, if you know about them, chances are it's because they snitched and they went against everything they stood for.
Yeah.
That is a fucking fact. Now, here's a man locked up for heinous crimes, murder, embezzlement, drug dealing, extortion, all types of shit. There ain't no mercy for that, bro. You can't renounce that. The damage is still done. And for anybody who wants to say I'm being heartless, let's just be 100. You act like they don't have videotape and recordings of this man still doing work on the outside. Just because you in the pen don't mean you ain't running shit, cuz.
True.
You got to understand something, dog. If you play this game, you live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. This is not no damn acting. This is not no damn phase, bro. This is a lifestyle that you chose. And unfortunately, the lifestyle that you chose cost people their life that you are responsible for.
Preach.
I'm sorry, but if you're gonna tell me that you renounce everything that you did, listen, my name ain't Jesus and I ain't God. Take it up with him.
Yeah.
But out here on the white man's world, you fucked up.
He's abstinent now.
You're irrelevant. That's just what it is, cuz.
So let me ask you this, because I understand where you're coming from. I know your story. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. But here's the other thing, right? Where, because there's a bit of conspiracy in these cases too.
Yeah.
Remember, he was promised to go home after 8 years.
If it ain't on paper, it don't mean shit.
Right.
True.
And then it was promised again on paper.
Oh.
On paper.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. And then here's my other thing is this, right? And I'm sure there's plenty of people that feel like you, but there's plenty of affiliates that aren't even GD that support this.
Yeah.
So what do you say to that?
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
If you support it, I question your morals on your grounds, bro. I question you very, very hard.
So you question Jay Prince?
I question him too. Because at the end of the day, it's like Suge Knight, all these big players. Listen, I don't live that lifestyle anymore. I'm not that person. Mm-hmm. But I understand how deep that rabbit hole goes, bro. You just can't shed skin. Only snakes and lizards do shit like that. You have to own what you do, bro. This is the part of being a man, my G. Being a man is basically taking responsibility for what you created for yourself.
Yeah.
That's like you saying, that's like a nigga saying, yo, I got shorty pregnant, but I don't want to be your father. You gonna look at that motherfucker sideways, right?
Right, of course.
All right. So it's the same shit here. You created a culture. You created a community that was very vicious.
Yep.
Ain't nobody punishing you for that. You punished yourself. You opposed it. There's rules set in place. That's why they say at the end of the day, dog, it's between you and God and nobody else.
Yeah, man, you reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow, homie. So to him, yo, Larry Hoover, I'm sorry you going through what you do. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would have came to terms with this when you were younger, but you here now. There ain't no mercy, because guess what? Even if that man gets out, the hurt families, the hurt homeboys, they ain't forgive him.
There's still gonna be people on him. Honestly,
that's just what it is. That's why I don't understand this new generation.
Do you think he's getting out?
Do I think he's getting out? If it's AIDS, if it's political, yes. But guess what? There's gonna be a lot of people that got to go down. You don't walk away from that, man. You got to sing like a canary to get out.
Well,
and that's
like
why that's why I have strong opinions against that. Because you don't sing, bro. You made your bed, lay in it. That's the whole thing of being a gangster, dog. We seen what happened. What's this nigga's name? 6ix9ine.
Oh,
He played that game too, right?
yo, I honestly believe 6ix9ine was a plant.
He even if he was or not, he played that game. Ain't no mercy for you, dog. You did that shit. Why is it gonna be mercy for you? You weren't innocent. You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. You got caught up. That's just what it is.
That's on
Be
you.
a man. Be a man. Live by the gun, you die by the gun. That's something these motherfuckers don't understand. Just like, yo, my homeboy's 5-0, right? I had to tell him, the moment you put on that badge, it's like me putting up my flag, homie. I'm taking responsibility for every fucked up nigga that did something to somebody that was innocent. Because I'm choosing to rep those colors. You're choosing to wear that badge. That doesn't mean you deserve what's coming to you, but you know exactly what the fuck you're signing up for. Own it.
You knew the job was dangerous when he took it.
So side note, right? Because I also saw the interview with Vlad and Gangsta Williams. Which
the Impaler?
No, Gangsta, yeah. The Gangsta Williams, who is Baby and Slim's half brother.
Yeah.
Oh?
He was able to get out on he was indicted and he was prosecuted, but he was able to get out because he cooperated.
So a plea bargain.
He cooperated, but they were all on dead bodies already. They were people that were dead already.
Yeah.
Is that stand? Does that still stand the same?
Yes,
so,
it does.
Because there are people still connected to those corpses.
Facts.
You know, so like even if the people who are already dead don't take the flak, it's gonna fall back on the people that associate.
Facts.
And again, I'm a young guy. I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff. I don't have any knowledge on that. I'm just speaking on like generalization.
Listen. I love sidebar.
I got nothing to say.
Sidebar. I love how this guy sounds like an infomercial on the side.
But he's 100.
I'm just a young buck.
Here's the thing, right?
I'm just the greenhorn, you know.
Just a little bit of green around here.
Let me ask you something. Say you with a shorty, you've been with her 20 years, right?
That's not gonna happen.
Shut the fuck up. Say you've been with her 20 years,
Got a
right?
rotation.
With the cat.
And let me ask you this.
That's not gonna happen.
She been fucking niggas. She had a baby that you thought was yours.
Definitely
you know
not gonna happen. No,
mind you, wait. You gone through all of that.
Dream world.
But yet she goes to church and she renounces all her sin. Is that going to change how you feel about her?
Nope.
Exactly.
Yikes.
Oh, JC says like Aaron Hernandez. Yo,
all right. So guys, final thoughts on this topic.
Problems.
Final thoughts, man. When it comes to this, bro, life is real, dog. What you do today, you deal with 10 years later. People do not understand that shit. You are responsible for what you create, and you are responsible for what you destroy.
I'm waiting on those OF girls.
Straight up. That's why, I say it 1,000 times over, dog. Me, the way I live my life through all the blessings I got, listen, bro, I got lucky. But even then, at 35, guess what? Because of certain things I've done, if shit ever came back to me, I gotta own that.
I feel that.
True.
100%.
True. Honestly, you don't really get second chances. You have to be able to live your life in a way that you're willing to deal with the consequences, whether they be good or bad. Everything has a butterfly effect, whether you're cognizant of it happening or not. What I think the issue is sometimes is that when things happen to people, they don't understand why, because they can't reflect on their own life and their own decisions. I think for this guy, he is really reflecting on the decisions that he's made, and he's going to be faced with a very difficult choice, and he's going to get flack whichever direction he decides to go.
Facts.
So honestly, it's one of those things where he's going to have to play it by ear or just take the best choice for himself, because people are going to go down no matter what.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yep.
Fact. My take on it, I kind of agree with you, Logic, just because like you know where I come from. So I mean, I understand it, and I'm always 10 toes down on whatever I stick to. Otherwise, I don't involve myself in certain situations. So I understand, and Larry Hoover and the family of Larry Hoover, killed your head high, and yeah.
So yeah, like condolences, but what needs to be understood is that sometimes it's okay.
The man ain't dead. You said condolences.
To the family, to the people that were hurt, to the people that are in his life, things of that nature. Whoever is suffering as a result of this, my condolences.
My 2 cents. If you pick a side, stick to it to the end. Stick on that side. You can't.
all it is.
So you can't jump on one side and then try to jump ship.
My thing with that in regards
later
like,
down the line,
not necessarily to the people that like in the instance like when they jump ship when things go awry, that's one thing. But I do believe that if you're presented with new information or a new outlook on something, then it is very valid to then change your opinion or like your stand on something if it comes from like a natural place and not from somewhere of like self-preservation or anything like that.
Absolutely. And everybody who's tuned in, I want to thank y'all for tuning in with us on another beautiful episode. This nice establishment we have here.
Boa Studios in the house, yo. Check it out. So I want to basically give a shout out. If you like good food, man, in between two buns right there on 120th by Firestone, check it out, man. It's the best spot in Kendall.
Oh, we're doing plugs?
Yeah, of course. And if you like my, I may not have hair on my head, but you see this nice beard, check it out. Prestige Barbershop, dog. You know what I'm saying? Check my boy Jair out, man. He'll do you right.
Shout out to my boy Bert Olivia for giving us the nicest fucking studio we've been in so far, baby. Boa Studios. Also, check me out on Instagram at IM_sober AF, and I also have a content page by Sir Zaniel.
Yo, this guy has a commercial.
Yo, plug. Like, Vincent got a plug for everything.
Like this guy, you should be on ESPN in the morning,
bro. Honestly, the thing is,
you just hit a line drive, and you need to.
So what needs to be understood is that the game last night. Well, what can I say?
Definitely check out my social media, Logic142, and of course the podcast. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Check that website out. Check out the Instagram, yo. We love to hear back, man.
Guys, check us out next week, same time, same place.
You already know.
Thanks for coming. We shout out to JC.
Hey, listen, hold on, wait.
Benz, we see you. Nancy, we see you.
My name is Church. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Kid Weston's Church. I also make music. So if you want to listen to that, I just put out a new single called Heroes. True story.
Oh, you're my hero.
Pause.
No.
Anyway, guys, like I said, I want to thank y'all for following us. We got more to come. There's definitely more episodes to come.
Yes, sir.
And be on the lookout. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
See y'all next week.
See y'all next week. And again, what is it?
One thing for sure,
two things for certain. Let's get it.